Anyways, this is your wrestling news. I'm your host Mike. So I'm going to say if this is your first time listening to this wrestling, consider subscribing to this channel because we have great wrestling content here and we upload on any certain day as long as it's wrestling, brother. Before we get to SmackDown results, first on Raw, I just want to say one thing. Raw Mick Foley came out, introduced a new title called the 24/7 title. It's kind of a fine title. There's 3 champions changing that night. Titus O'Neil won the title. Then Robert Roode won it. And then after that, R-Truth. So SmackDown starts. Shane and Elias are backstage, and Elias apologizes to Shane for letting him down. And Shane says, "Oh, don't worry about it. You're going to have a match against him tonight." And Shane says he'll be at ringside with him, facing Roman Reigns. Kofi and Xavier Woods come out. Big but first a Big E guy, some imposter guy under the curtain. And then Big E says all he does is, "Oh, Hartford." And here comes Big E, comes out. And then Kevin Owens comes out about losing on Sunday. Then Owens gets upset and leaves. Sammy can exchange with them until Woods keeps interrupting with the trombone. Sammy threatens they won't be laughing at the end of the night. And when Sammy's done with them, Woods says he'll walk through Sammy like he walked through Owens. Oh, and Kevin Owens is not coming to Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. Carmella is backstage looking for R-Truth, who is hiding. He holds the new 24/7 championship. Carmella finds Truth wearing a wig. She pulls him aside. Truth seems misunderstood the rules of the 24/7 title. Carmella says she'll help Truth because everyone is looking for him, and they run off. Andrade versus Ali. That was a pretty good match. I liked the match where they had it because Ali did his move, like he did a Frankenstein on Ali for a 2 count. Ali also gets distracted by Zelina Vega. Andrade drop kicks him. Ali in the air. Andrade works on Ali now. Ali fires up and dumps Andrade outside. Then Ali falls with 2 suicide dives on Andrade. Ali, he actually had a lower back injured at the pay-per-view at Money in the Bank. Andrade gets the upper hand, starts focusing on his offense on Ali's back. Or slams him in the ring post and tosses him to the timekeeper's area. Ali climbs back up the ring at the referee's count, and Andrade pummels in on him. Ali wastes some time, and Ali rolls Andrade up with a small package for a 3 count. Andrade and Zelina look shocked, and they're not happy after that match. Carmella's backstage giving R-Truth a makeover, so he looks different. But he's wearing that silly 24/7 championship. Then Carmella versus Mandy Rose, no contest because everyone's chasing after R-Truth, where he's trying to dress up as someone else. SmackDown Women's Bayley is backstage. Bayley says she's moved past the hugs and she wants everyone on the roster to bring their best. Carmella and R-Truth are fleeing from all the wrestlers, but then Jinder catches him trying to go for pinfall, but R-Truth runs away. Elias is on top of the truck singing a song about Roman's future. Roman's looking at him like, "What the heck are you doing up there, man?" Big E is laying on the floor, selling a knee injury. Kevin Owens was wanting to attack Big E. Heard him Kofi to go handle Sammy. Kofi retains. Kofi has a good match against Sami Zayn. Sammy tries to go for a haluva kick at the end, but Kofi hits him with a Trouble in Paradise for the 3 count. After the match, Paul Heyman comes out and distracts Kofi. Ziggler then Dolph Ziggler out of all people. Last time he was there was at Royal Rumble. He returns in the ring from behind and ambushes Kofi. Dolph beats Kofi down all over the ring side. Ziggler uses a steel chair on Kofi, then trainers and referees come out, check on Kofi. They end up putting Kofi on a stretcher, taking him to the back. At the top of the stage, Kofi gets off the stretcher, slowly walks off the backstage on his own. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch does an interview about a gorilla position. She says that doesn't feel with her 2 belts. Billy joins her and briefly exchanges words with Becky. Charlotte and Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch and Bayley. It was a good match, but Bayley at the end beat Charlotte with a roll-up pin. 1, 2, 3. Then Ziggler's backstage for everybody ends up taking the interviewers. Mike says he's going to go address the fans. Dolph walks through the gorilla position and out to the top of the stage. Dolph says if he was in the crowd, he would boo him too. Ziggler's upset that Kofi got the opportunity and knocked it out of the park. Ziggler thinks it should have been him instead of Ziggler, instead of Kofi. Ziggler says Kofi's success should be his, and at Super Showdown, he's going to take Kofi's WWE title. Wow, Kofi and Ziggler once again, just like the good old days. And they have a match between Triple H and Randy Orton that's going to happen at Super Showdown, as well as Undertaker versus Goldberg. Shane McMahon comes out of the ring with a microphone. He introduces SmackDown's Live's greatest acquisitions, Elias. Shane is at ringside for this one. Reigns starts off strong, but Elias fights back after a low blow. Then the ref didn't call. Refs fight back with a series of clotheslines in the corner and then a big boot. Reigns looks for a Superman punch, but Shane causes a distraction from ringside and Elias strikes. Reigns fights back, punches Elias in the corner. Reigns goes for a Samoa drop off the turnbuckle, but Elias escapes. Powerbombs Reigns off the corner for a 2 count. Elias looks for a suplex, but Reigns fights out and hits some headbutts and punches. Elias comes back with knee to the face. Reigns comes back with the Superman punch. Reigns covers, but Shane puts Elias on the foot on the rope. Darn that Shane. He's the best in the world, Shane McMahon. Reigns runs around the ring now and hits the drive-by kick on Shane on the floor. Elias rolls outside and beats down Reigns at ringside. Now, Elias throws Reigns back in the ring and then he goes up top. Elias hits a flying elbow for a two count. Elias rips the cover off one of the turnbuckles. The ref goes to fix the turnbuckle and Shane slides the guitar and the side of the ring for Elias to use. Elias picks it up, but before he uses it, Reigns hits a Superman punch and then a spear for the 3 count. After the match, Shane attacks Roman and picks up the guitar. Before Shane can use it, Reigns hits a Superman punch on Shane. After all, Shane and Roman Reigns are going to face each other at Super Showdown. Reigns picks up the guitar, walks towards Shane, but then Drew McIntyre hits the ring, attacks Reigns, hits him with a claymore. Shane raises Drew's arm as SmackDown goes off the air. And that's all your results for SmackDown. What were the results for Money in Bank? You can click here on the end screen as well, and you can also click on the Raw results and click the round subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you all for checking out the wrestling news. I'll catch you all in the next video. Have a great one, everyone. Take care. Brother!